Hello, I'm Pink Machine, and I'm going to be doing a quick little mod showcase video on Armor's Workshop. Um, not going to be, okay, I'm not going to be doing a tutorial on Southern Railroad 1401 quite yet, although that definitely is on the horizon. Um, I just wanted to give a little showcase of this mod to give people a quick, just to give them something to go off of, really. Um, so first off, what do I want to grab? First off, we've got our skin cubes. These are going to be what you use to make your models because the armor does not allow you to use vanilla blocks or vanilla block textures. That's one of the main caveats with this mod is you have to recreate the textures yourself. Or you can use a custom program developed by, I think it was Ordiovyev, or Ordi, um, that allows you to essentially take block textures and import them into, or you take block textures, you turn them into an Armor's Workshop file, and then you can use them in your models. Of which that's what I've done up here with my Smokebox doors, is these use my pretty and pink textures. Anyways, uh, so you've got your opaque skin cube, your main one, your primary one. This is what you're going to be using for most of your models. It gives more of that kind of look. It's very flat. It gives the exact color that you want it to. You've also got your glass skin cube, or sorry, your glowing skin cubes, of which emit light. Now they don't actually emit light once they're on a model, uh, but they do give this kind of glowy effect, in that the lights are fully visible no matter what lighting is happening. They're like Enderman eyes or Guardian eyes or what have you. Glow squids also use that same effect. Um, we also got the glass skin cubes, which are fully translucent. Uh, so that gives kind of more so this effect, where you can kind of see through them, but like not really, but they do still show their color relatively well. Um, you've got the glass glowing skin cubes, of which give specifically this effect, where they do still kind of emit light, but they're very much like translucent. Then as well, we have our paintbrushes, our paintbrush and our roller. This paints block in a 1x1 area. This paints blocks in a 5x5 area. Um, Now, my version of the mod is slightly broken in that the menu here should be able, or sorry, the shift right click menu should be able to um, allow you to paint just a single face of a block instead of the entire block. But here they're locked to just a full block for some reason. Um, yeah, but this menu specifically here allows you to set the color if you'd like to manually. You can set your brightness, your saturation, your hue. You have all these palettes over here you can check with or check out. Um, you can also even set the hex code as well. The paint roller does the exact same thing. So over here we've got the armorer, of which spawns by default. We're going to replace this just as a little, yeah. Um, Place the block and the arrow, or it's automatically facing towards you, right? And also it starts on head mode, so that's my head up there. We're going to go and hit this drop down menu and go down to block. We're going to ignore all of the other armor, tools, whatever the hell. Yeah, because that's what we're focusing on, is we're making blocks for drains. Um, So here you're allowed to load in whatever armor's parts you've got, if you have any. And here you can edit them, or you can you can do whatever you want with them when they're in here. Here I'm going to go ahead and save this, of which you can also go ahead and give them a name. So here I'm going to give this the reverse, the 1440. Sure. Give it something, right? Uh, then we can go hit save, and it'll give you the item form of whatever model you've just made. And once you're done, you can also go down here to block utils and hit clear, hit OK, and it will automatically delete whatever you just made. When delete the item, however, still got that. Um, Now you can also go ahead and grab a skin library, and you can go into here. Let me put this in a different slot, actually. You can go into here, put it into this slot at the on the left side, hit save with the name, and it'll put the item well, it'll give it back to you, for one, but it'll also put the item into your library. So if I look for 1440, got that right there. And I can go and select that and hit load, except I do need a skin template, which is a little item craftable with some wool and some iron. So if I throw in my skin template, and I go and I grab my, was it 1440? There we go. So I go and grab that, then I can go and load that in, and there we are. Yippee. Um, from there, there's a lot of other features on this little block here. You've got your folder mode. You can create your own folders. This one is just my old hand-ran models. Also your downloads, which typically houses blocks that you've downloaded, mainly from the global skin library, of which I don't personally recommend using, but do as you please. This refreshes your files if you've added anything from externally, right? This opens the actual folder that houses these models on your computer. Yeah. And as well, we've got our color mixer and our color picker. Now, this mod does allow for, or does offer a lot of other tools, like we've got the noise, the hue, that kind of thing. And I believe there's also the smudge in the such tool. Let's see if I can find them here. Here we go. The burn and the dodge tool. Those basically just to make the block lighter or darker. Oh, there's also the shade tool too, the blending tool. These are not that useful in helping you create textures because typically speaking, the way Minecraft textures work is they use a very set palette. So if you want to create your own textures, create your own textures. Don't use tools to do it for you. Anyways, color mixer. So here we can go ahead and set this to whatever color we want. So let's give this nice little blue right here. We're going to grab our paintbrush, we're going to grab a skin cube, and we're going to shift right click with our brush. And we're going to go ahead and set the skin cube down here, and right click to paint that. And there we go. Paint roller does the same thing. Now as well, we can go into our brush and set a different color, and paint the cube, and say, hey, we like that color. So what we can do is shift, or no, not shift, you just right click with the color picker, and you shift right click that into the color mixer, and there you go. Now you can also just copy the hex code, but this does give you a easier physical way to do it. Okay, that's how colors work, that's how the armor works. I didn't finish showing you the armor. So block mode, save, load, these text boxes, display settings. Ignore these, ignore this, ignore this. This option right here disables or enables your building guide, or otherwise the grid, right? There we go. Also part of the grid, I do want to note, if we go up one with Reddit, this little green cube right here shows the exact middle of your block, of which the armor as well places on specifically the top right of that, or rather the back right, I guess, if you're looking at it head on. So Minecraft blocks are 16 by 16, right? So the middle of that naturally is going to be an even number, so it's a 2 by 2 area for the core of that block. And yeah. Go down to skin settings. We can also set multi-block. So multi-block specifically expands your area from just one block to a 9 by 9 space. Now the only caveat is that you do have to have at least one skin cube in this center yellow outlined point as your anchor, right? But otherwise, it does give you all of this space to work with. It's very nice. But that's how I get some of my parts that require to be 2 blocks wide. So like this is 2 blocks. My smoke box door takes up like about 6 blocks technically. Um, this lettering right here takes up across, or takes up just about 5 blocks or so. Um, of which this is done in multiple parts. So you've got this 3 block space, and then this 2 block space. I think that's really about it, honestly, for this mod. Um, yeah, then you go down here and you can clear whatever you want, and just hit OK. Yeah, I think I've showed that off already, but that's really about it. Once again, a tutorial for 1401 over here is going to be coming at some point, but I mainly just placed this down to show off what I've been able to do with the mod. So this smokebox door right here, which would not be possible whatsoever without Armorer's Workshop. We've also got my lettering. This is my steam dynamo, my little air compressors, of which this is technically an inaccurate recreation because one of these air compressors is actually meant to represent the, I believe it's the feed water heater, although that's also the feed water heater, so like, unsure on that, so that's why I just placed 2 right there. As well, we got my flat tender light and then these marker lights right here. But yeah, so that's really going to be about it. Hope you've enjoyed. I hope this was helpful, and bye!